following presentation of the National Football League.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Giants. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they were winners last timeout, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape in their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one. Yeah, and you think back to the success he had throwing the football in the win last week, so naturally, he's going to come out throwing here, but that time, they couldn't connect.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
And this is an offense that's number 1 in the NFL in rushing, and you know that has to be the focus of any game plan defensively. But they can throw it, too, as evidence right there. And they move the chains here on this opening drive.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, down at the 33. Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 58 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Hurts to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. On the gain of 3 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4. Hurts. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now Jake Elliott, earlier in his career, he beat these Giants with a 61-yarder. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And, Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? But as that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. If he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
Here's 2nd and 10. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. Yeah, this will be a Giants first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They go play action with Wilson. That's complete to Slayton. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 42-yard line.
Wilson. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Singletary trying the left side. And he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. You look at this Eagle defense. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
That's another New York Giants.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 28-yard line.
Singletary again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. 2 running plays go backwards. So what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? Here's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
47-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. Oh, good return up past the 30. The Eagles offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Throwing is Hurts. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Trying to find John Mechie, and it's 3rd down. You talk about this Giant defense. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
The Eagles at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard. And they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
13 yards. First down, Eagles.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. From the gun, it's Hurts. His short throw caught by Goddard. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Past the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. First down, Philadelphia.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10. At the Giants' 12-yard line.
Back to throw here. Forced out to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Touchdown.
Devontae Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now.
Giants 3.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia defense now as they head back onto the field. And they've got the lead. Last time they surrendered the field goal. We'll see what they do this go-around.
And giving up 3 is never ideal, because any defense wants to pitch a shutout. But that's not a bad thing in most situations. You only give up field goals, your team has a chance to win.
Yeah, they still, as I said, they've got the lead here. We'll see if they can get a stop and hold them to 0 points this time. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
It's 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This one is Slayton over the middle. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll be brought down just shy of 45. Just when you want a first down run, call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's good for a new
seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
Second and 1 at the Eagles' 44-yard line.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And he stopped immediately there. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now it's Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Singletary, they'll run for it. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Where they were on the field, kind of no man's land. Do you like the call?
I love the call. Almost had to go for it there, right, because of what you just described. Too far for the field goal, too short for the punt. You might punt him.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
It's a loss of 2.
Jordan Davis able to record his 5th sack of the season. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now Wilson. Flush to his right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They run here with Singletary. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
To throw is Wilson. And it's caught. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Wilson on the keeper. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put this on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the quarterback's fault as well on the sneak. You've got to get low and burrow.
Usually we talk about O-line surge. They're D-line. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Devin Singletary with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Giants take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
You know, the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one goes out wide for Barkley. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That play was all Bobby Okereke as he got there and dragged him down for the loss.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, let's go. Trimmer.
On 2nd and 12, Hurts. This will be caught by Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And this is going to be intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
New York's offense back out there and set to go. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie, and they start 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
And the Giants first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Throwing is Wilson. The kicker here, it's complete. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Here's Wilson. And they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
I know we saw the pass and the completion and obviously the resulting loss of yardage. To me, that play broke down with the blocking on it, because if you're going to try and swing it that far outside, that blocking's got to hold up to give your guy a chance.
In the defense, they weren't fooled at all.
No, not at all. Boy, were they aggressive on that one.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's made his presence felt in the passing game throughout the season. You look at the NFL's leader in receiving yards by a running back. His name right there at the top. The Eagles' offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point, because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard.
They go play action with Hurts. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They're going to look to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They fell in their ball game last week. That was a loss to the Saints, but they're on top here as they begin this drive. On 1st down, they'll start out with Singletary. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
That's good for a New York Giant.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Yards, good for a Giant first down.
That's good for the Giants. First down.
Runs like that, this time on the RPO, is why they call him dangerous.
I love the way you drop that in there. His decision-making is what makes it all go, because his ability to process so quickly what the defense is doing, make the right read, and then when he takes off and runs, also knows how to protect himself downfield after he's gotten all he can out of a sprint.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 17-yard line.
There's Wilson to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Wilson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
New York Giants. First and goal at the 2-yard
Brandon,
line.
that's a gamer move right there. Facing third down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I'm going to take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Second and goal from the 1. Singletary is into the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Gano now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The quick feet by Jackson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now working their way back onto the field, the Eagles defense. Last drive, touchdown, surrender. Here, see if they can stop them.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. He moved from your former position senior year, strong safety.
Yeah, sometimes they get you up near the line of scrimmage or you're trying to time up a blitz. You've got to get it right, otherwise that flag comes out.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nakobe Dean coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Wilson. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. The Giants on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now it's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's good for our Giants. 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Touchdown, Giants. Devin Singletary on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Wide receiver A.J. Brown. You see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend it and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Here's Hurts to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First and 10 here. You know, if they can just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Hurts. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Giants' 25-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. That was signaling a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here On EA Sports for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Second and 18 at the 16-yard line.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18. There's Wilson. And this is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up fourth.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Jackson. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, first and 10. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he has been a monster in the red zone here in these first couple of months of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in rushing touchdowns. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Trimmer.
From the gun, it's Hurts. This is Smith with the ground. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. See the athleticism there of Brian Burns stopping him behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up second and 13. Again, it's Barkley. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. Third and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Third and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction. They'll set up to throw. And they're going to get him down well short of first as he can only get this to about the 19. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Giants
And New York set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, down at the 33. A handoff to Barkley on the option. Oh, able to avoid him. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll try and run forward Barkley. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Barkley is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants offense and receiver Malik Neighbors headed onto the field. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Give him 6 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. With it is Jackson. Going to be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 24 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Under pressure now, he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott on for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. That time a 6-play drive. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. And New York set to take the field. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. 74 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. From the 32-yard line now, here's a second down and 4.
32-yard line.
They go right back to Singletary. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Wilson. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Jalen Carter, his second sack of the night. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Here's Jackson to return. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
Probably just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. Complete. Smith has it. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. Back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down, Eagle.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Up the middle with Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. Elliott now to add the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. Able to slither by. On some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. New York ready to go again offensively. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Singletary to get the drive started. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 87 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And the Giants, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job And then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Wilson to throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
One of the advantages of their defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Giants. First down. First and 10.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nakobe Dean able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance to this point in the 4th quarter. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Hurts. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 6 now. Here's Hurts to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Good coverage by Andrew Phillips.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down.
Throwing is Hurts. This will be caught once again by Brown. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Finds his man. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot, so what can they do to get closer now on 3rd down? They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. Credit that good coverage to Paulson to Debo. Got a hand in and knocked it free.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. That's caught left side by Neighbors. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
On the give, this is Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Here's Jamie Gillen now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. To check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. This has got to be at its wit end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if we keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Under pressure, and down he goes. Dexter Lawrence in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and say a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line. Pass rush, they've been teeing off all game long.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
That is caught. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Barkley, inside handoff. It's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 15.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 107 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Philadelphia.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the night. And the Eagles will add to their fourth quarter lead.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
37, Giants 27.
That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Giants ready to come out now. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Now Wilson. A little short pass. This is Everett. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Wilson. That's complete to Jalen Hyatt. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And the Giants.
Now it's Wilson. Going right side, he finds Slayton. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Singletary here running out of the gun. And he'll go down shy of 40 at the 41. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing is Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Time becoming a factor, down 2 scores, though they have 2 timeouts and, of course, the 2-minute warning to work with as well. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
This one is Slayton over the middle. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Wilson. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
37-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Right side, complete to Mechie. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
Hey, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Philadelphia, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.